Ashtadhyayi Samhitayam Checha Angmang Oscha Dirghat 6175 in Ashtadhyayi and 148 in Siddhanta Kaumudi. Dirghat. As you might imagine, or you might guess, we are continuing our Che Pare saga, including our new friend Tuk. So, this is a structurally, at least superficially simple sutra. Anuvarti is Che Tuk Samhitayam. Che Tuk Samhitayam. Adhyahara Pare Purvasya, just as we've been doing lately. So the sutra would be Dirghat Che Pare Tuk. Dirghat Che Pare Tuk. Or when Ch follows Dirgha, Tuk comes. When Ch follows Dirgha, Tuk comes. And we have a simple example. Che chidyate, which would then be chet chidyate. So that's all very good. That's fine, very straightforward. But you might notice one change here. Which is that che cha involved hrasva, and it was hrasvasya. In other words, we have realized, or we've learned, that typically augments come to a phrase that's in shashti. So hrasvasya, Tuk syat, Tuk comes to hrasva. Angmang oho, also shashti. And here we've got a curveball, panchami, dirghat. How is that? Well, in fact, that's a good question. It's up for debate. There is an approach which my teacher took, which is to say that Panini made a mistake. It should have been Dirghasya. I don't know what to say about that. I wouldn't go that far necessarily. I very well could be wrong, but I'm not aware of any particular rule, paribhasha, that says that augments go to one necessarily shashti. But there's a fun little, we take it as given that whether it's panchami or shashti, in this case, che chidyate becomes chet chidyate, with tuk coming to che, not che, chet chidyate. So we're okay with that. But grammarians of the past have reassured themselves that this is really okay. And I'm starting to do a thing, I'll try to continue. Some of these are very long. A little while ago, when we were talking about pradayaha, I had a little show and tell of my great big notebook filled with commentary that Prabhakara Shastri dictated without commenting on, translating, or discussing, or giving the source either. So when we were doing the sutras for the operation of the grammar, that didn't seem particularly crucial to share. But I am finding that as I pay more attention to these now, I wanted to do something with them. Now, I didn't feel competent to provide my own translations, by and large, and I'm not even sure of the sources. Although on occasion, such as today, I do know the source. So I'm going to give you the what Batoji Dikshita had to say about derived, and that's in the red at the bottom, and it's in the notes. Derived che pare tuk syat. Okay, when che follows dirga, tuk comes, but acknowledging this confusion or possible confusion, he says dirgasya ayam tuk na tu hrasvasya. Dirgasya ayam tuk na tu hrasvasya. So in this case, instead of coming to hrasva, not to chasya, I'm sorry, which makes sense because it's ch, which follows. So he says, dirgasya ayam tuk na tu chasya. So that's reassuring. And then he quotes something. Sena surachaya iti nyapakat. Sena surachaya iti nyapakat. We know this from Sena surachaya quote. We know that this is what was intended by Panini, and then he gives the final form, which we have not done before, but we now will see that chet chidyate becomes che chidyate after some further operations. Now, I've given a sutra number in which Sena surachaya occurs. It's 2425. And I'm going to put the whole sutra in the notes because it's kind of interesting. Whoever first found this, I'm not quite sure who it was. My attempted gloss of Mahabhashya does not raise this issue. But this is because in the midst of a rather large sutra, Panini quotes this Sandhi, which is Sena Surat Chaya. So this is an example of tuk coming to the preceding one, and which is what it is supposed to do. And so that we know that even though it's a dirga, sura chaya, tuk comes to the dirga, and everything is as it should be.